Hello learners, welcome to this another session on CFD program, that is Certificate in Fashion Design. We have covered the course block 1 of this program, course 2, which is Basics of Pattern Making and Sewing. Today we will be discussing about the block 2, which is Basics of Sewing Techniques, and we will be discussing the unit 5 of this particular block, which is titled as Handling of Sewing Machine. So let us point out what all points we will be discussing in this particular session. So in today's session we will be discussing about the types of sewing machine and different parts of sewing machine and their functions. So as in the block 1 we have covered all 4 units which were based on basics of pattern making. So we have discussed how we develop pattern, how we develop what are different methods of pattern development, and how we will proceed for the garment construction. So the most important point or thing what comes next is to know about the sewing techniques and sewing methods, how we stitch the garment. So first important thing we should know is the sewing machine, which is the basic tool we need to construct a garment. So in this particular session we will discuss about the types of sewing machine, how many types of machines are there which we can use for the construction of garment, and what are different parts of that sewing machine which we should know for the proper function or proper use of the sewing machine. So this unit of this particular block 2 of your course is titled as Handling of Sewing Machine. So when we talk about the handling of sewing machine, why this it is very important to study, and what all information you will get from after studying this particular unit. So when you go through this unit and discuss what all things are important, you will list and describe the parts of single needle lock stitch machine. Like it is in the later part we will discuss that there are different types of sewing machine. So when you will go through this unit, you will be able to know, and you will list all and you can know very well the what single needle lock stitch machine is and about its different parts, and you can identify its various parts of sewing machine and understand their function. Like there are, if you have seen, or if you now you will see a sewing machine, you will see there are different parts of the sewing machine. So when you go through this unit after studying, you can correlate and you can easily understand what all different parts are there and what its important functions are. So after going through this unit, you can list and describe different parts of sewing machine which we use at our home. It is said as single needle lock stitch machine, and then you can identify and know the function of that particular part of the machine. So first let us discuss how many types of machines are there. So types of sewing machine, when we say rapid development in the sewing technology have introduced a wide variety of sewing machine, because in the garment industry or in the fashion industry, which we can say it is the very wide and very frequently developing industry. So with the very rapid development in the sewing technology, and there are different, because we have to produce numbers of garments, or we have to develop different fashions very frequently and very rapidly we have to develop. So with the development of the sewing technology, we have introduced a wide variety of sewing machines, because in the earlier time we only had the single needle lock stitch machine which we use at our home, or which we have at the tailor's place. But with the advancement of technology, we have different machine, very high speed machine, which involves less energy, human energy, and they produce lots of product in less time. So there are mainly three types of sewing machine we have, namely we use the hand operated machine, we use the treadle machine, and we have the electric or motorized sewing machine. So first let's discuss what is hand operated sewing machine. As you can see in the picture, and if you have seen the sewing machine, you can correlate and know that the name of this particular type of machine is the hand operated sewing machine. So this is the one of the oldest form and very we can say now for in the present context we can say this is the slow machine we can say, and because it is the oldest form of the machine. Then it is operated by hand using the handle. You can see in the picture a handle is attached near the balance wheel. So handle is attached, and that handle at the balance wheel is used to get the fabric stitched. So you may have seen this type of machine at your home by using by your mother and grandmothers. So this is said as the hand operated sewing machine and also the single needle lock stitch machine. Then the second machine type of machine we have, and we also seen this as the tailor's place. We have generally seen these. So this is the treadle sewing machine. So why it is said as the treadle sewing machine? Because this machine is operated using your feet, like it is a type of hand machine only, but it is operated by the feet. So this machine is placed on a stand, as you can see in this picture. This is how a treadle sewing machine looks like. So when we talk, we say the machine is placed on the stand that has a treadle on which the feet are placed. So we have a stand like or a table like structure. Above that the machine is attached, and below the table or the stand we have a treadle or a stand like structure on which we keep our feet, and when the feet is moved the machine operates. So this is that's why it is said as a treadle sewing machine. Then the forward and the backward movement of the feet helps to run the machine. Like if you have seen, when the person who is stitching, he moves his feet forward and backward, so the machine gets operated. Then it is the faster than the hand operated machine, because if it is known that very common thing, when if some machine we are operating by hand and when we are operating by our feet, so it is very different. And this treadle machine, we can say it is faster than the hand operated machine, but slower than the electric, which we will be discussing later, electronic machines. Then the one benefit we get in this treadle sewing machine is that our both hands are free. So because in the hand operated, one of our hand is busy in operating the machine, and we have to handle the fabric while stitching with the one hand. So in this benefit with the treadle sewing machine, we get that we have our both of the hands are free, so we can handle the fabric very well. The balance wheel is attached to the treadle with a belt. Like the treadle on which our feet is there is one belt like structure we have, which is attached to the balance wheel. As you can see in the picture, on the right side there is a wheel beneath the table. On that wheel a belt is attached to the balance wheel. So when we move our feet forward and backward, the balance wheel moves, and we can adjust the like our needle or the thread regulation according to that. So this is the benefit with that. Our hand is free, we operate the machine by feet, so we get a more speed, and we can save our energy while stitching the garment. So this is all about the treadle sewing machine. Then the third type of machine we use is the electric or motorized sewing machine. Nowadays we can also find this motorized sewing machine for the domestic purpose, and we can also have at the industry or the tailor shop or the boutiques we can see. and this is very fast machine, because if in the earlier two, in the one of them we are using our hand, and in one of them we are using our feet. So suppose if we are not using any of our energy, human energy, and we are using the machine which is electronic based or motor based, so it will be very fast. So this is very fast machine, and maybe domestic, use for the domestic purpose and the industrial purpose. So the balance wheel is also attached to the motor with a belt, as you have seen in the treadle sieving machine. It is just, you can say, it is a modified and advanced structure of that treadle machine. So there is a treadle which, when pressed with your foot, helps to run the machine. Like in the treadle machine, we have a treadle on the below the table, but in the electronic machine or the motorized machine, as you can see, this is how a motorized or electronic machine look like. So in that we have a paddle like structure instrument. When you keep the machine and you just press that paddle with your foot, then machine gets run, then it is attached with a wire with the machine. So there is a treadle or a paddle, we say, which is, when pressed with your foot, help to run the machine. Then some domestic sieving machine brands, like you always, we have heard about the name, it is Singer, Usha, etc. And we have the industrial machines also, which runs on a very high speed. So this was all about the different types of sieving machine we have, and we use it for the garment construction. This is how in the first picture, the left side picture, it is like we use it as a domestic place for the domestic use, and the right picture of the machine we use at industrial or the like boutique purpose. It is little higher than the domestic one. So this is was about different types of machine. Now when we have we know about that there are different how many types of machines are there, what are the different parts of a sieving machine we have. So when we talk about different parts of the machine, the basic structure and function of all the sieving machine is the same. Like if we have the three, we discussed three types of machine, whether it is different method of operation is different, but the function of all the sieving machine is same. So the main components are common to all of the three machines. There are three major parts of the machine we have. So first one is the machine, second is the table, and the third one is the stand. So these are the three major part we have common for all the sieving machines, types of machines we discussed. Then the machine we have, or the sieving machine we use for the stitching purpose, it comprises of like following some important parts we use or we should know. The first is the upright side. So when you see a picture of a sieving machine, as you can see in this picture, so upright side, when we say the upright side of the machine, so you can imagine a machine in front of you, and the most upright side of the machine you see is the balance wheel. So balance wheel is the part which is, we say, as the upright side of the machine. Then we second part, which broadly we say as the arm of the machine. Arm of the machine, when you see in this picture, the after the upright side, its structure which is it seems like a arm, or a arm, we say as a human body's arm or the machine's arm. So arm part of the machine, it have the oil guide from where we put the oil into the machine. We have the spool pin where we put the spool on the machine. We have the stitch regulator from where we regulate our stitch length and adjust the stitch regulator. Then we have the bed of the machine. Like we have the upright side, we have the arm, then we have the bed of the machine. In the picture you can see the bed part, we have the pressure foot, we have where we put the needle, which is the below part of the machine. So we have the feed dog there, we have throat plate, bed for the fabric of the to the needle. So this is the said as the bed part of the needle. Then we have the face of the machine. So face of the machine have the thread take up lever, tension screw, needle bar, pressure regulator and thread guide. So as in the picture you can see, the left side is the face part of the machine, where we have the thread guide, we have the needle screw, we have the take up lever. So all these in the part are on the face side of the machine. Then these four are the basic broad part we can say of the machine. So include in all these other parts, small parts includes under this broad part of the machine. Then features of domestic and industrial lock stitch sewing machine, what are the features we can discuss. So the common feature we found in the domestic and the industrial lock stitch machine is the first is the balance wheel we have, which is very common in all the machine, and it should be there on the machine. Then we use the stitch length regulator, which is very important to regulate the length of the stitch. Then we have the thread guide. Thread guide is followed to insert the thread or to adjust the thread on the machine. Then we have the needle bar. Needle bar is where the needle is attached for the proceed for the stitching purpose. And we have the pressure bar and the pressure foot. So pressure bar and pressure foot is used for the stitching and stitch regulation. Then we have the pressure regulator, which regulates how much pressure should be there for the needle and the thread. Then we have the hand lifter, we have the tension regulator, feed dog, throat plate and bobbin and bobbin case. So these are the basic features or parts we have in both the domestic and the industrial sewing machine. Apart from this, there are different features we also have on the sewing machine, which we should know. So like there is a back tack lever. So back tack lever is used, there is a lever or a lever type thing on the machine you will see. So which is used to do the back tack thing, which locks the stitch when you have completed the stitching of a particular piece of fabric. So this back tack lever is used to lock the stitch on the fabric. Then we have the knee lifter, like when we have the lifter also, and then we have the knee lifter, oil window from where we put the oil on the machine. We have the 3-hole thread eyelids from where the thread passes to go into the needle. We have the oil pen, foot treadle and bobbin winder. So bobbin winder is used to fill the thread on the bobbin. So this is these are the different features or the different part of the machine which is also used while we operate a sewing machine. So this is tools on a broad picture you can see, and when you see a sewing machine you can correlate. This is how the things or the feed dog, needle clamp, all these in part of the machine looks like. So this is about the basic features and the parts of the machine. When we talk about the machine, how many parts, let's discuss about what part is used and what is the main function of that particular part. So when we talk about a machine, it consists of several parts which have different functions and which we should know very well. So when we talk about the first part we discuss is the head. Head of the machine, what is it? It is the complete sewing machine without the stand is called the machine head. When we don't include the stand or the table part of the machine, just the above part it is said as the head of the machine. So it is the main sieving part of the machine that is above the table, and it consists of various stitch forming parts, as we discussed the balance wheel, the arm portion of the machine, the face portion of the machine. All these forms a different part which we will discuss now. Then we have the bed, as we discussed, the lower part of the machine, it is set as the bed part. The working surface of machine is called the machine bed. So machine bed is the part where we put the fabric to get it stitched. So the main function is to support the material to be sewn. As we discussed, we put the fabric there, we have the needle, we have the thread. So it is the part where we put the material or the fabric to get it stitched. The various sieving attachment and to mount the lower mechanism. This is the bed part is very important to get it attached with the lower part of the machine. Then when we talk about the upright section of the machine, what all parts it comprises. So first, as we have also discussed in the earlier slides, that the upright section comprises the first and the most important thing is the balance wheel or the hand wheel. So it is the part of the machine that controls the motion of the machine manually and or electrically. Like in the hand operated machine, we operate the balance wheel by hand, but in the electronic or the treadle machine, we operate with electrically or by our feet. So it in an electric machine, it is connected to a motor and is driven by a belt. So as the balance wheel is rotated manually or electrically, the machine runs. So the first and the most important part is the balance wheel, which is used to get the machine started. Then we have the stitch length regulator. So stitch length regulator, as you can see in the picture, when you see a sewing machine, there is a knob, round knob on the machine where numbers are written. So when you rotate that knob, you can by rotating clockwise and anti-clockwise, you can adjust the length of the stitch. So it is said as the stitch length regulator. So it is a device that regulates and adjusts the stitch length, and it is used to vary the size of the stitch in the relation to the thickness of the material on the thread we use. So according to the fabric we are stitching, and according to the design and the thread, we adjust our stitch length. Then we have the reverse stitch lever. As we have also talked about the back tack, this is the same thing we are talking about. It is the reverse stitch lever. So it is also called as the back tack lever. We have, as you can see in the picture, in the below the stitch length regulator, the knob, we have a lever like structure. When you are stitching the fabric, and if you are done and the fabric is getting end, just put that lever and do a stitching, so it gets it locked there. So it controls the direction of the fabric movement. As soon as the lever is pressed down, the direction of the fabric movement change. So when the movement change, the threads get locked. So instead of moving back, the fabric move in front, and so it is used to get double row of stitching to reinforce the end so that the stitch do not get open. So this is the purpose of the reverse stitch lever, to get the fabric or the stitch do not get open from the our garment. Then we have the arm section. When we talk about the arm section, it is the horizontal support of the machine that contains the mechanism of handling the upper head. So this is the main purpose of the arm section, is to handle the upper thread section. Like we have the two thread section on the machine, the upper thread and the lower thread section. When the upper thread, we have the spool thread, and the lower we have the bobbin thread. It is also used for the oil or the oil window part. It contains from where we put the oiling of the machine we do. Then spool pin is there holding for the, then we have the thread guide and thread eyelet we use on the machine. Then we talk about the face section. It is the vertical support of the machine that contains the mechanism for driving the needle and handling the upper thread. So on the face section we have the needle bar. It is vertical bar on which the needle is mounted. We have the pressure foot, which is the vertical, the lower end of which is attached to the pressure foot. Then we have the pressure foot. The pressure foot holds the fabric firmly down against the throat plate, thus preventing which do not let the fabric move from the needle. We have then on the face section we have the pressure regulator also. It controls or regulates the amount of pressure exerted by the pressure foot on the fabric while we are stitching the fabric. Then we have the hand pressure foot lifter. It is located at the back of the machine and is used to raise or lower the pressure foot. So in that we have the tension regulator, we have the tension disc. There are two tension discs between which we thread is made or to get it passed. Then we have the tension nut. It can be rotated clockwise and anti-clockwise to increase or decrease the tension exerted on the needle thread. Then we have the take up spring, throat plate and the feed dog on the face part of the machine. Then there are some other parts we see on the machine which is very important. So we have the oil pan or the oil tank where oil is put there to get the machine operate very fluently. We have the bobbin winder, we have knee pressure foot lifter, foot treadle, hook, bobbin and bobbin case. So these are the other parts of the machine which you should keep in mind when you are operating the machine. So this was all about the machine, different types of machine and machines part of the machine. So today we discussed different types of machine, in which we discussed hand operated sewing machine, treadle sewing machine and electronic sewing machine or motorized. And we discussed about different parts of the sewing machine and their function to get to know how the machine operates easily. You can operate easily. Now you can see a sewing machine at your home. Just relate all the parts we have discussed, and then by your own you can correlate and know and understand each part of the sewing machine very well. Hope this session is informative for you. Thank you.